Alright, in news just coming in, JNU students Umar Khalid and Anirban, who are facing sedition charges, have just surrendered to the police. Tracking those developments for us is my colleague Shudhi Ranjan Sen, who now joins us on the phone line. Shudhi, what more do we know?
Well, what we can confirm right now is that after the Delhi High Court today refused to grant them any relief, the two students who are now being investigated by the Delhi police, Umar Khalid and Anirban Bhttacharya, we are being told has now gone and surrendered to the police, and they will join the investigations. Mind you, there was a lot of questions that had been asked as to why they were not, joining the investigations and why they were not available. They had come to the JNU campus a couple of hours ago, or at least a day ago, and the police had kept out. But now they have gone, going with the court judgment or the court order, asking them to join the investigations. They have gone and surrendered before the police, and now the investigations of the entire case is going to take over. Yeah.
Right. Shudhi, also the fact that the surrender is happening at midnight, could it have to do with the security concerns that have been expressed by these students and their lawyers? Because earlier in the day, as you mentioned, when they approached the High Court, they said they wanted to surrender at an undisclosed location. To that, the High Court had said, well, this cannot happen as per your whim and fancies. You'll have to follow the rules. So the fact that this surrender comes so late in night, could this have to do with the security concerns expressed by the students?
Well, that could very well be the case, but surrendering middle of the night or during the day, more or less the same. They must have consulted, their legal counsels, their legal, the people who are advising them legally, and they would have taken a decision accordingly. We are not yet in a position to, confirm or say or deny whether it has got to do with any security concerns or not. Yes, but students had expressed some concerns about their security. That is definitely there in the backdrop. But what exactly has gone into their calculation or their decision to surrender right now, not yet clear. But what we can confirm is that they have surrendered to the police and they will be joining the investigation. Yeah.
Right. Also, Shudhi, before we let you go, we know that the Delhi High Court is going to take up the matter of Kanhaiya Kumar's bail tomorrow. And what's interesting really is how the Delhi police have done a complete U-turn as far as their stand on Kanhaiya's bail plea is concerned. Delhi Police Commissioner B.S. Basri was on record to say that they were not going to oppose Kanhaiya's bail plea. And today he said circumstances have changed and the Delhi police actually have gone ahead and opposed his bail plea. So clearly no let up in pressure as far as the Delhi police is concerned.
No, and it is not. It is a U-turn because the police commissioner is on record once saying that yes, we will not oppose the bail, and then the bail has been opposed. There could be two possibilities. The Delhi police could have found some evidence which we do not know of, despite the efforts to find out, and the Delhi police or the government has not been forthcoming on that. Or the other thing is that, for the sake of form, the Delhi police is opposing a bail application. Mind you, sedition charges are very rarely are let go or opposed, so they could be opposing it just for the sake of form. Neha.
All right, Shudhi, thanks very much for joining us with those details. We'll come back to you later for more. I am told I can now go across to Rashmi Maan, who also joins us with more information on this. Rashmi, a midnight surrender by the two students who were in fact directed earlier in the day by the Delhi High Court to follow the law and to surrender. What more do you know?
Hi, Neha. Right. In fact, the two students were in the admin block building, the administration building in JNU. Since last night, that is, they were in the building today and the building was guarded by the university security. The other three were on the campus and they were living normally, but these two had been inside the building. Media was not allowed to interact with them. In fact, they were suggested by their lawyers to not speak to the media, so we couldn't get an access to them. But the midnight surrender to me comes as a surprise, as it wasn't anticipated when I was at JNU, which is in the afternoon and in the evening.
Rashmi, stay with us. We'll come back to you in just a bit for more on that developing story. But in the meantime, let me go across to Rahul Srivastav, who now joins us on the phone line for really a political perspective on how this is likely to play out. Rahul, Kanhaiya Kumar is already in judicial custody, facing charges of sedition. These other two students facing similar charges have now surrendered. How do you see this playing out politically? Today, the Prime Minister sent a clear message to his MPs. Go aggressive on this issue when the matter comes up for a debate in Parliament tomorrow.
Neha, it definitely has linkages to the debate in Parliament. Over the last 48 hours, it seems something changed within the government. The government was consulting legal experts, Mr. Arun Jaitley, who is a prominent lawyer himself, the finance minister. It seems within the government there was a definite amount of scrutiny of all the facts and the legal data, legal opinions which came in. And there was a distinct change in which we saw that, one, the government went more aggressive on the issue instead of the usual earlier stance in which there were ministers who were talking about the fact that Kanhaiya, for example, could be given a slightly more lenient way ahead as far as the legal struggle is concerned. But with the change in posture was perhaps visible also when Mr. Bhatti, the Delhi police chief, gave a slightly more strident line. And after that, in the evening today, we found that the BJP parliamentary party executive that comprises of all the top leaders, they met in the evening. In that, the Prime Minister, Mr. Narendra Modi, and the BJP President Amit Shah both came out with a very clear, distinct line. The Prime Minister said that it is very clear that the government is doing fine. The opposition is raking up false issues, and which are basically non-issues, and the BJP should go on the offensive. Mr. Jaitley, the finance minister, in fact, made a kind of a briefing in which he talked about and listed all the past cases in which the Supreme Court has talked about the fact that in which even raising anti-national slogans can be sedition. With the BJP deciding to go on the aggressive, this move by the students to go and surrender definitely will soften the edge of the kind of campaign or perhaps the stand the government was planning to take during the debate in the Rajya Sabha when the JNU and the Hyderabad incidents were going to be debated. Because eventually, if there was a standoff inside JNU, somewhere the students have gone ahead and have complied with the legal or the proceedings which need to be followed by anybody who is accused in a case. So if the government was going to go and speak in Parliament, that the students are still holding out despite a police presence outside and despite cases against them, then definitely this is a change, and it might assist the opposition's stand inside Parliament when they speak up that at least the students have surrendered.